Thank you very much. Well, greetings everyone, and welcome to the International Virtual Conference on Museums, ICOM. Today is Sunday, February 20, 2022. It's an honor to welcome you all in this informal talk show. My name is Meena Lama. I'm a member of ICOM Nepal and moderator for this informal talk show. Today, our honorable guest speaker is Ms. Altynai Kudaibergenova. Sorry, from Kyrgyz Republic.
That's fine.
All right. So she is the head of visitors department and a senior researcher fellow at the Gapar ITF, Kyrgyz National Museum of Fine Arts. So let us welcome her and let her share most of the information, as much as information that we can. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Meena. Greetings, everyone. Thanks for being with us on a Sunday. Are you sharing the screen, Meena, or am I?
I will share the screen. Actually, on behalf of ICOM Family Forum, I have to, extend my, thanks to you because, in such a short notice, you actually accepted our invitation and you are here with us to share, as much information as possible. So before we go through other informations, first I will be sharing a short video from the social media of the National Museum of Fine Arts. Can you all see the screen?
Yep.
Okay.
This is one of the paintings from our collection. It's by Symen Kulchokmorov, and it depicts the Epic of Manas, which is officially the longest epic poem in the world. And our marketing team at the museum, they choose some of the paintings and make them come live, playing whatever they do. I don't do graphic design, so it's like magic to me. So yeah. They do fun things with that.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we can feel that, all the colors and those characters coming to life. It's really interesting and very interactive. Seems like a lot of works are going on there. All right.
Yes, it also helps attract younger generation of visitors to the museum as well.
All right. So can you tell us, as the head of visitors department, what kind of, responsibility you have in the museum?
I got promoted only last month. So for now, it's a lot of papers, a lot more papers. But once I sort those out and figure out a system for myself, I hope to we've already started work on expanding our tours around the museum menu, and we try to come up with different thematic tours as well. Like, for example, the Epic of Manas, it's a common subject in the fine arts of Kyrgyzstan. So we choose some works from our permanent exhibition and do short excursions, 15-minute, 20-minute excursions on that topic, and then we just invite the wider public on weekends like this. So it's convenient that I'm here on duty at the museum this Sunday and can meet you all from right behind me is the resource center.
Wow.
That was also supported by the Soros Foundation, and where the public can come and study the books on art in Russian and in English.
If you don't mind, can you just give us a short tour? Like you can just flip your cameras.
Yeah. One second, I'll have to pick up my laptop and unplug the.
Sorry for the trouble.
Yeah, this used to be just a warehouse room with, it was basically like a lot of papers and archives all the way from Soviet times. And a couple years ago, Altynai Kudaibergenova, she's the deputy, she headed the visitors department before me, and now she's gone on to be deputy director of the museum. So she did this project with the Soros Foundation, and they cleaned out this whole room and they equipped it with shelves and then the visual equipment. And we have some reproductions of photographies featuring Kyrgyz national women's costume.
Wow.
Over here, it's printing on canvas. And then we are proud of our library here that has books both in Russian and English, and students, art students, fashion design students can come here and like enjoy the good quality prints of Picasso. This is the Uffizi Gallery, learn about who the Fauvists were, all the different Impressionists, Expressionists, etc. And there is a smaller section on Kyrgyz art. Well, Kyrgyz fine arts, Kyrgyz painting in particular enjoys a rather shorter history than in Europe, for example, because painting started developing here only in the 20th century. Before that, it was mostly decorative and applied art. So whatever people used in their life and in a yurt would also be decorated. And since they were nomads, since we're a nomadic people, we didn't carry around wooden frames with canvas paintings. So it's only the 20th century that we got painting.
Right, that is interesting. Yeah. So if you are ready, you can share your screen and we can go through the website of the museum. Well, to everyone, the Gapar ITF Museum is actually named after Gapar ITF himself, right? He is an artist.
Yes, he's the first national artist of the museum. Am I sharing my screen now?
Yes, we can see this.
Okay,
Right. And this museum is supposed to be one of the oldest, right?
It's the first art gallery. The oldest one is actually the Historical Museum, the National Historical Museum, which is the largest museum in the country. But our gallery is it was opened in 1935, and it was a much smaller building. Sorry, I'm having a hard time accessing the top bar of I don't know how
if that's the case, then I can help you with the screen share.
Maybe you can navigate for me. Yeah, thanks.
Sure.
It's
let me just we can do this. Could you stop sharing your screen?
Okay, I can.
Sorry.
Yeah, I see I just found the button, stop the demonstration. Okay.
All right. So no worries, I'll share the screen.
This is actually, it will be a lot better because you will be navigating it for me as a user, and then everyone else can see how it works for new visitors, and just then you can come back later and browse the collection on your own.
Sure. So can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen.
All right. So we have 4 tabs at the top with the painting, sculpture, applied art, and then graphic. Right.
Yes, and there should be a section about the museum. Can you click on the museum logo?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and scroll down, please.
Okay, it should be about
almost all the way to the bottom. Yep, that's the section about the museum. It has not been translated yet, but this is what our museum looks like from the outside. The first arts gallery was opened in 1935, but at that time it was housed in a little tiny building that used to be a church. It was a Christian Orthodox church from the Tsarist Russia times, and Semyon Chuikov, the founder of Kyrgyz painting, he fought for the building to not be taken down and demolished. He argued that it should be turned into an arts gallery. So it was very tiny, about 200 square meters. And then in 1975, our museum was headed by the first lady of the country. So we were lucky in that. And she and her husband was the first secretary of the Communist Party of Soviet Kyrgyzstan. So basically the president of the country. And he was building, he's known for completing a lot of construction projects around Bishkek, which are, a lot of them look like this. It's Soviet modernism style, Soviet constructivism, it's also called, and it's basically concrete and marble. And so as he was doing all those projects, the wife whispered into his ear, like, why don't you build us a building? The museum needs a new building, because the collection was growing larger and larger. So we got this, we were lucky enough to get this building. It's 2 stories. The permanent exhibition contains about 700 pieces, and then there are temporary exhibition spaces where we hold all kinds of different art exhibitions that last for 2 weeks to 1 month. It's art performances, concerts of chamber orchestras, master classes, workshops, etc. Well, we are not fitting into this building now, also because the collection is now about 19,000 objects, and it's it's yeah, we have because it's a governmentally owned institution, we have a hard time supporting even this building. So for now we are stuck with this building, and we are doing what we can with it, and hopefully we'll be reorganizing the permanent exposition to fit in more stuff like graphics, for example, because we hold we have painting, decorative and applied art, sculpture, and graphics, and everything except graphics is represented in the permanent exposition. Because of the difficulties in storage, graphics is very vulnerable to light and air quality, etc. So we hope that we'll get graphics too. I love graphics. I'm not as big on paintings, forgive me, but the graphics, I enjoy the graphics and decorative and applied art. So this is the building that we are in right now. So yeah, the start of the collection was, since we didn't have any paintings, in the by 1935 we already had something. It was, we had held the first national exhibition of art at that point, because the founders, Semyon Chuikov was born here. He's Russian, but ethnically Russian, but he was born here in Bishkek in 1902, and he went to study in Moscow. We can probably scroll up and see some of his paintings.
Sure.
As well.
Shall we go through the
you
painting
can
first?
Yeah, you can click on the painting here on the left, the boy with the watermelon. And this is just all in Russian. We can scroll down and there is a search option, and we can put in Chukov. So we can search by author.
Okay.
Search by author. It's on the right.
Oh, right.
I
can see that. Wow, it's all written.
Oh, wow, that's
Russian?
also Cyrillic. Okay. Wow. Yeah, please keep scrolling down. Okay, yeah, stop here. So from the bottom, it's the 5th. Yep, that's the one.
Okay, let's search.
Wow, I didn't realize it's the English version of the website is like that. Incomplete. So those are the works by Semyon Chuikov. He's the founding father of Kyrgyz painting, and being Russian, he still had a lot of respect and admiration for Kyrgyzstan and Kyrgyz nature and its people. So he came back from Moscow and burned with this idea to develop painting here. So he invited many famous Russian artists to come here, and since artists always look for inspiration, some of them gladly came and started working here, the landscapes, the people, and then they started teaching Kyrgyz kids how to paint. So those are the paintings by Semyon Chuikov. As you see, it's a lot of portraits, a lot of kids. Can we click on the girl in the red scarf? Scroll up and on the left. Yeah, this one. You can just click on it and then you will see a larger version. And then you can click on it again on the picture itself. It's a big resolution, so it will probably take a while to load. Yeah, here it is. You can even zoom in, I think, or
yeah, we can.
Yeah. So this is the most famous work in the history of Kyrgyz painting. This is the most recognizable image of Kyrgyz fine arts outside of Kyrgyzstan as well. This is the author's copy. We have the author's copy. The original of the painting is owned by the State Tretyakov Gallery in Moscow in Russia. And then 2 years later, the artist painted the exact copy for our museum. This was painted in 1950. And this girl is now just grown over with all kinds of legends. And her name is like, people always attribute many different names to her from all the characters from literature and from the movies. As we can see, she's more than just a girl, as it's on the wall in our exhibition space. We kind of look up to her, so she's not exactly a little girl. The line of the horizon is lower, and that's done on purpose by the artist to show her monumentality and to showcase this achievement of Soviet Union. She's holding a book in her hands, and she wears a red scarf, and red is the color of the Communist Party and of the Soviet Union. So she's looking into her bright future of socialism, just as Lenin commanded. And well, that's one of the things that we cannot argue about, no matter how we feel about Soviet Union and its legacy in the region. The fact that literacy rates among the population increased drastically during the Soviet times, that is an indisputable fact. And before that, only boys from wealthy families could attend medreses and learn how to read and write. And so in the Soviet times, that was a revolution in education, when kids of any social background, from any family, regardless of whether they're a boy or a girl, could gain the right to obtain education. So she's holding the books to her heart, and she's now has an opportunity that her mothers and grandmothers could never dream of. They could not even conceive of it. She can go to study at a school and then go on to study at a university in Tashkent, or even to Moscow and St. Petersburg. So this painting is very important, very dear to us, and it's reproduced on T-shirts, in textbooks, and even on building facades. They copied it recently to a. They did a mural on the wall at one of the schools in Bishkek, and it's the exact same copy, but instead of the books, she's holding an iPad, which is some people from the older generation was discontent with it, as to why did you meddle with the original? But then it does not change the meaning, because now iPad, internet is the symbol of access to information and symbol to education. Of course, what you choose to look for in the internet is another issue, but now it's the computer age, and kids, and that little trick with replacing books with an iPad, I think, worked well to pull in the attention of the younger generation, to make it more interesting to them. So it served like a bridge for them. So that's The Daughter of Soviet Kyrgyzstan, the most famous painting in the history of fine arts, by Semyon Chukov, the founding father of painting in Kyrgyzstan. So Chukov came back to Kyrgyzstan and brought back many Russian artists who worked and taught painting here. And one of the first Kyrgyz boys who learned how to paint was Gapar Aitiev. And we'll try and go back to the search that's in Cyrillic. Sure. Hang in there, Mina.
No worries, no worries.
You.
So
that's easy. That starts with an A. So
okay,
you can just go up to the top. And in the middle, right in the middle, you can see those two shorter names. Yeah, the next one. Yep, yes. That's the one. No, that's the sun.
Oh.
That's the son. We can talk about him later. Yeah, that's the father. Okay. So that's Gapar ITF. We can click on the middle image with the boy and the girl. And maybe I'll ask you guys as to what you think it is. What do you think it's like? What are they doing? What are they holding? What's happening here? Can you zoom out a little? Yeah, thanks. This is the Kyrgyz youth, and you can see their cheeks. The
redness.
Yeah, the cheeks are blushed. That's because high up in the mountains, usually the kids have those bright red blushed cheeks. Yeah. So, what do you think they're doing here? What are they holding? One interesting item a girl is holding also. Any ideas, anyone? It's closely connected with the Soviet legacy, with the legacy of the Soviet Union, and with the arms race, space race, and all that kind of things. You know, the Soviet Union against the capitalist world.
So anybody from our attendees? For me, I don't know.
Anyone have any guesses?
This could be a light, I think.
Okay.
What else?
Anyone
else?
Guess?
Craziest ideas, somewhat violent. Also, this is the old era. You know, those breathing masks. What's the name in English? When there's a gas attack, you usually wear those.
Oh, the
gas masks. Right. Gas masks. Yeah, that's a gas mask, and the guy is holding a
torch.
Yeah, it's a handmade grenade. You might have seen a lot in the art of World War II period. Soviet soldiers charging and holding up those bottles. Those are handmade grenades that they would stuff with explosives and then just throw them onto the fascist tanks. So those two youth, they are not at the war, but the youth would usually go through special training at school that would teach them how to make those grenades, how to wear a gas mask, how to bandage wounds, just in case, you know, capitalist America attacks Soviet Union. So this is the style of socialist realism. When painters painted things, the painted objects and faces as they were, but they also the topic of the painting would be praising Soviet Union and serve a certain propaganda purpose to influence the viewer and to make them affectionate towards the Soviet Union or to boast the achievements of the Soviet Union. And now we can browse other paintings.
Sure. Let's go back.
We can scroll. No, we can see more of Gaparativ's pictures. He's an important guy. He's turning 110 years.
Wow.
Well, if he were alive, he will be celebrating 110th anniversary of his birth in the fall. So he's a celebrity this year. Yeah, we can skip to a second page. So a lot of Kyrgyz art of that period would
So this is
hold
the national musical
instruments. Yeah, we can talk about this painting. We can talk about this painting. This is the national instrument. Gaparativ made portraits of different social and political figures at that time. He was commissioned by the government. And this is Musa Bayetov. This is Musa Bayetov, and he is holding a komuz, which is the traditional 3-ring instrument of the Kyrgyz people. It has many relatives in the region, including the Kazakh kobys and other instruments in other countries. It has 3 strings, and it's usually made out of apricot tree, and the strings are made out of animal intestines. The legend says that a farmer was walking through the woods and he heard a strange sound that he'd never heard before. So he followed the sound, and it turned out that there were animal remains in the bushes, and some of the animals' intestines were strung on the branches of the tree, and the wind played with them, and they made strange sounds, very interesting sounds. So the guy just carved out a wooden, out of the apricot tree, he carved out a wooden frame and then strung the animal insides. And then we had komuz, the national instruments. Maybe I'm just talking about it without you having heard the sound. Mina, maybe we could go on YouTube and just search for komuz and then listen to some komuz tunes, because you're probably tired of my monologue. It's KOMUZ. Let's see, can you click the third video? The third one, no, with the girl. Yeah, this one. Oh, it's short enough. Nice. Okay, that's good. We can maybe listen for like 15 seconds or something, if there is sound. Is there? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no sound, but yeah. This is, well, it's okay. You guys can just go on YouTube. It's a short little word, KOMUZ, or you can Google Nomadic Games. This is the opening ceremony of the Nomadic Games. That's the nomadic equivalent of the Olympic Games. And for I think 6 years, it's a biannual event. It was held in Kyrgyzstan 3 times, and at some point at the opening ceremony there were 1,000 communists that were performing a folk tune on their komuzes. So that was magnificent. This was the first time in Kyrgyzstan's history that the number of people this large were performing a single song at the same time. You can Google the Nomad Games. It's a huge event. I think we had a team. I think we had teams from India and even Nepal. I think we had teams from Nepal as well, and Pakistan, of course, who are performing in different sports that originated in this region and were played by nomadic peoples, like it's called Kokbaru in Kyrgyzstan, but I think it's known as Buskashi. I don't know, Javed, help me here.
Wow.
When you take an animal carcass and kind of throw it around and fight for it. Is that that's probably the name?
Well, I'm really sorry to everyone. Like, I can enjoy the music, but really sorry, others can't.
Oh, you can hear it, we can't? Okay.
Yeah, only I can hear, seems like.
How does it sound to you?
It's very, very similar to, we do have certain, traditional instrument, which sounds almost like this. And it's really amazing to see so many people playing exactly the same tune. Wow.
It's very, very, it's very moving. It's like collective unconscious, basically, that just
Right.
When a group of people does something at the same time, it's really, really beautiful. So the Nomadic Games were a huge deal, a very large event where we would have like horse riding competitions. We would have acrobats who would like do archery with their feet, etc. So I suggest you guys Google it in your free time.
Please.
So yeah, how are we doing with time?
Like you have 15 minutes to, reach an hour. So would you like to go more, or would you like to interact with attendees?
Yeah, maybe we could do questions if someone has questions, because I'm afraid people are asleep.
Sure. So if that's the case, then let's start with the session. Let me introduce you to our attendees. So we have Buma ma'am here. So she is from Mongolia, and she is the president of ICOM Mongolia. We have we have Sondur. She is also from Mongolia, and she belongs to, let me just.
Kyrgyz Khan Museum.
Yes, Kyrgyz Khan Museum. All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Next, we have Dr. Tan from Nepal. He is the Vice President of ICOM Nepal, and he's the Chairman of National Ethnographic Museum of Nepal. We have Amna Izaz here. So she is an artist from Pakistan. We have Ozma Bhati. She is also an artist. She is actually a miniature artist from Pakistan. We have Sana here. So Sana is the restorer, if I'm correct. She's also from Pakistan. And then we have Isabel Garcia. So she is a museologist from Portugal, and she is a guest here today. And she has a master's in history of the art, and she has also specialization in Portuguese cultural heritage and in cultural politics. So we have Shivani Banerjee here. Shivani, if you are there, please turn on your screen. So Shivani is a museologist from India, and also the member of ICOM India. So with this, let me invite our attendees to interact with you. Let me invite Ms. Sondur.
Sondur, me?
Yes.
Okay. I have one question from Altynai. I'm from Mongolia, from Kyrgyz Art Museum. So our museum is just established recently, 1 year ago. but we haven't started our museum. So I'm an international relations officer. So I have one question, because in the future we're planning to cooperate with any other national museums from other countries. So is it possible to cooperate with your museum to do another exhibition, something like that? Is it possible to cooperate and work together?
Oh, this is very exciting. Actually, we'd love to. We do not have an international relations office here at the museum yet, but we are gladly, happily inviting other exhibitions from outside the country. And the topic of Chinggis Khan is always exciting. For us, it's like it's a big name, and many boys carry that name here. The name of Chinggis is very popular, and if there is a visiting exhibition from the Museum of Chinggis Khan, I think it will be a hit here. It will be really really popular and have lines. Last year in the fall, we had a visiting exhibition from the museum in Kazakhstan, and they brought their Altyn Adam, the Golden Man, this Scythian costume that was uncovered from burial mounds near Almaty. That was all just golden. It's a symbol of Kazakhstan now, so it's a costume made of golden plates, and that caused a lot of interest, and many people came. And my department, well, we specialize on fine arts, but now we've become specialists on archaeology as well. So constantly learning new things, and to have an exhibition about Chinggis Khan would be that would be amazing.
Yeah, I think it will be very good opportunity, including to show to other countries, like cooperating with other museums. So
oh, definitely. The topic of Chinggis Khan is forever welcome here in Kyrgyzstan.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandor.
So let's keep in touch. Yeah.
Please.
Yes, of course.
Next, let me invite Dr. Han to interact with our guest today. Dr. Han? He seems to be out. I'm sorry. Let me invite Miss Amna. Do you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I have the same question. If we want the same collaboration with this museum, so then what? We are from Pakistan.
We're open to any invitations, any collaborations. The museum management is very open nowadays. Of course, we do have some restrictions with the Ministry of Culture, but I'm sure it's always welcome. Anything international is always welcome, and everyone will be excited. So that'd be wonderful. So everybody's welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As I'm a visual artist, I do exhibition of my painting, so I would like to have participation there.
Wow, wow, that's great. I'd love to see some of your works.
Oh, actually,
yeah, I would like to add a little bit that we have a agreement and MOU signed with the Kyrgyzstan and one or two other joint countries. So we usually put up the exhibition annually over there, and we are going to now have a bigger show, you see. So the people are meeting with each other. So at the government level. So I believe that this cooperation will expand, and the artists from Pakistan will have a more chance to display their paintings over there, and the artists from Kyrgyzstan and Mongolia will have more chance to visit Pakistan and display their paintings work here. So this is already going on. This cooperation is already going on. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Also, Amna is coming for informal talk on the 26th February. So if anybody is interested to see her work and to interact with her, please, everybody is invited on 26th February. Thank you very much, Amna, for your question. Next, let me invite Dr. Isabel to interact with our speaker. Yes, Dr. Isabel. Sorry, we can't hear you.
Sorry, my internet, it's not very well. But
It's okay, we can hear you now. Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Altynai, to your presentation. I like very much. Painting is not my area of research. Is more architecture, but I'm an historian of art. And I saw, I didn't know, and I saw some characteristics similar to about Portuguese painters, some Portuguese painters from the beginning of the 20th century, and Silva Porto. It's one of them, and it's very interesting to connect some principles. I'm sorry, but my English is not good enough as yours. But
I understand. Yeah,
it's very interesting to connect, to see some characteristics about the first the painting, Portuguese painting, too, in the work of the painters using mostly the last one. It's it's similar. It's very similar in technique. It's very similar. Thank you.
Is it is it similar to Portuguese paintings of the same time period too, like the 30s and the 50s?
Yes. I saw some similarities. One of them is Silva Porto, is the name of the Portuguese painter. It's from about the same time, and the others. But Silva Porto is the painting. The technique is very similar. The colors too. It's very interesting. I need to research more in your
Wow. That's interesting.
It's very interesting.
Was the painter a socialist also? What about you mentioned the technique and the color, but the contents of the painting, the motifs, are they also similar?
The boy, the painting of the girl and the boy, mostly the colors, the techniques too, and it's a different culture, of course, teams, but the realism,
realism,
reality, and the position, the same position, the figure, in the context. It's very similar, very similar.
Wow.
That some in the mostly the global context. Yes, It's very, very interesting. Very interesting.
That's interesting too, like to check where the Portuguese artist studied. Also, maybe it is the same school of painting or something.
Altynai, why not to have a one talk show with Isabella, so that we can learn more about the paintings in Portuguese and all these things, so that she can explain us more with the slides and all these things. So it would be very interesting. You see, she is very nice, and I tell you, she is a very good teacher. I have learned many things from her.
Wow.
And online, you see, online. So she's a very good teacher and also museum related person. So but she has the experience, you see, she has a great experience on her back. So you see, with even a single word can give us some meanings, you see. So when I talk a little bit from their side, a little bit from her side, and this is nothing is completed. So, but she is a very composed woman, and I believe, I trust, I love her style and all these things. So, can we have a talk show with you, Isabella?
Sorry, I didn't listening very well. Can I, sir? What can you repeat, please?
The similar talk show you are in here. So that talk show we have at the place of Altynai, you will be sitting over there telling us Portugal paintings and all these things. What do you think?
I don't know very well, because it's not I'm seeing that it's not my area really, but I think so. I think it's okay.
Nina, can you help me?
Dr. Isabel,
Yes.
Javed sir, he is, asking you whether you would be interested in the informal talk show with us.
Yes, why not?
Yes.
Okay, then I will contact you for, further inquiry in coming days.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Isabel. Well, Altynai, your time for an hour, it's up. So if you have some more time, we have other attendees who would like to.
As far as Altynai is getting interested in the show, let her sit, to see, so she can continue, no problem at all.
She said that she has a meeting,
So
If there are three or
go.
four other questions,
yes.
I can
So
handle
if
them.
anybody
You
has
can
a
answer
question,
the
please
question.
raise your hand.
Спасибо.
She can answer the question, no problem.
Yes. Otherwise, well, let me invite Shivani to interact with Altynai. Shivani, do you have any question?
Hello.
Hello, Shivani.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, hello. Can hear you well.
Today I have no question for you, but your presentation is so beautiful, and your artwork, the visual artwork, is so incredible.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you
Thank
very
you very
much.
much.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
the
Shivani.
feedback.
All right.
No poem,
So we are getting out of time.
no poetry.
Let me invite Ozma first. Ozma, do you have any question?
No,
you see,
I have
it's
no.
actually today it was invited Gulbara. See?
Yes.
So Gulbara, and she has to, the Altynai has to be moderator for Gulbara. So
Yeah.
what you see, the nature makes its own way, you see. So nature made own way, and at the place of Gulbara, he put Altynai, and at the place of Altynai, he put
Meena.
Meena.
Nina.
It is
So
okay.
this is how we are here, because she was very busy, so she couldn't join us. So she has given us Altynai that we should listen her, and that it's excellent to listen her, you see. So what wonderful things we have seen, fine arts department and fine arts paintings and all these things from Kyrgyzstan. I never thought that Kyrgyzstan artists are so powerful, you see, so well. But they're definitely Russians are very good artists. So they were associated with Russia, and they have you say interlinked to learn the techniques and all the skills and paints and so they do excellent painters. So it's true that today you have a very short time, so we couldn't even see more paintings in from your. But definitely we have a website. But can we make your website in English?
Yeah, I'll try. Now that I see that it's not like many things have remained untranslated, and I'll certainly address the issue.
Yeah,
maybe now I'll just go and translate.
Make it bilingual
myself.
because we cannot understand until.
But I mean, pictures speak many languages, so you can at least browse
that's it. But
paintings.
when one cannot read about artist, who was the artist, you see, it's a until unless it is not given in English, you see. So those paintings are excellent. As I told that I'm loving that painting. So Shivani says very good poetry. You see, it's also art. So she must have written some few words for you. So let's see how she tell us. Shivani?
Thank you, Javed. So let us give Shivani a few more minutes and request Buma ma'am to interact with our speaker. Shivani, till then, could you please be ready if you are interested?
Meanwhile, you find the poets. Okay.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Okay.
I want to ask two questions. Maybe you already talked, but maybe I miss this. What historical period related to your collection, your museum collection? This most earliest one, which historical period related? Archaeological objects or Middle Age, do you have?
We do have some paintings. Well, our collection started from several dozens of works that were gifted to us by the State Hermitage and the State Tretyakov Gallery. So we have some Russian artists, famous like Shishkin and Repin and Levitan. So from the 19th century, but we also have you know how those huge museums like the State Hermitage in St. Petersburg, they have big collections, and many of those works also they remained unidentified, unattributed to a concrete author. So they would kind of gift those paintings, those works to the periphery museums in the country. Well, Soviet Union was huge, and the Hermitage is the central museum. So they would kindly gift those paintings to us, and many of those were unidentified. But since we got internet, our museum staff have done a great deal of work to identify the authors of those paintings. It would just say, the cards would say something like 17th century Italy, and that's it. An author was unidentified. So one thing that we have in our collection of Western European art is a watercolor work by oh my, I forgot the artist, but we do have also graphics by Gee, I forgot all the names. Those are all famous.
Okay.
The German graphicist who, gosh, Albrecht Dürer. I forgot Albrecht Dürer's name. So we have some graphics by Albrecht Dürer, and that's what 15th century. So we had it on display last year, a year ago. So that was also a big. That was also a big deal. And then one other famous French artist, and his work arrived at our museum unidentified. And then later it was identified as this very famous French painter. And of course, the State Hermitage was probably upset that they'd given it up because they didn't know the author, and now it's our prized possession. So the artist's name escapes me. So we do have some Western European art collection, and many are unidentified. So among them, there could be hidden names of great masters from the Netherlands or Flanders or France or Italy. So the oldest, I would say, probably be 15th century.
Also, do you have an art gallery in Kyrgyzstan? How about 20th century? This is only, how to say it, Fine Art Museum also have paintings from 20th century or another separate gallery. What is?
No, it's, for now, we are the largest fine arts gallery in the country. We house collections of art, well, from Europe and Russia, and some from the Eastern countries, some from the East, and of course Kyrgyzstan. Here, paintings started developing only in the 20th century. So most of our collection is the paintings from the 1930s to present day.
Okay. I really like that this into your website. Then you can find information about artists by this name. This is very good. Yes, you did this one. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
There's still a lot of work we need to do on the website, but apparently, but thank you.
It's a work in progress.
Yes.
Yes. Next, let me invite Dr. Tan for any suggestions. Dr. Tan.
Thank you, Mina. Actually, I don't. The pronunciation will be not. Perhaps if I speak her name, that will not be any correct name. I don't know whether it is.
It's okay. It's Altynai.
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 Altynai. Okay, thank you. You presented about the painting very nicely, very interesting also. It looks very beautiful art. So I'm not a painter or artist, although painting is interesting, right? So I don't have any question about this, but just I want to ask one about the history. Do you have here in your country the cave art? Cave. Cave art. Did you understand?
I did not get
Very
that.
old in the cave. When people lived in cave, were there any painting or like that in Kyrgyzstan?
Prehistoric.
I did not get that last word that starts with K.
Cave.
Kim?
Cave paintings.
C-A-V, cave.
Cave paintings.
Cave paint. Oh, okay. Yeah, the cave art. Like the Altamira cave paintings, you mean? Yeah, it's
Like the
We have
petroglyphs.
petroglyphs. I was actually lucky to go last year to this mountain site. It's about 4,000 to 5,000 meters altitude. It's not in a cave, but right under the sky, it's thousands of stones just scattered around. And they have this black layer on them that's, I don't know, from the sun or from the soot or from the elements that makes it, it's like, and there are carvings on them that are very old, from like 3,000 years BC. There are also like the younger periods, like the Scythians and the Sacs, and a lot of scenes of sun worshipping. There is a very popular image of Shambhala, which is this little guy with sun rays on his head. So we do have a lot of those too. Yeah, the most ancient form of fine arts, definitely. So
Okay,
it's called Saimalutash.
Okay, thank you. But one more, just I have to know, not question, if you know, how old is the history of your country, Kyrgyzstan?
Can you repeat the question again, please?
How old is the history of your country, Kyrgyzstan? No,
How
didn't
old?
answer. How old?
History of your country.
How old is our country?
Yeah, history of your country.
The history. It's well, the Kyrgyz are one of the most ancient peoples in the region. We had not always lived here geographically. There were also, we come historically from Siberia along the river Yenisei in Russia. There are still, in Russian Federation, there are still small peoples like Hakas, and they do sound like Kyrgyz, Hakas, so and the language is very similar, and we have a lot of legends and folk tales about how the Kyrgyz arrived from Siberia to Tian Shan. So I cannot give you the exact
Okay.
The exact years, but it's like it is the great Kyrgyz Khanate, when that was about 10th, 11th century, if I'm not wrong. So that was a big country. So there was a time when the Kyrgyz ruled over the greater part of the Great Steppe, from China to almost the Black Sea. So there was a golden period too, but it's always hard to tell with the nomadic people. It's hard to pinpoint the exact years.
Okay, thank you very much for your
thank you.
Nice presentation.
Yeah, it's like history is not my strong thing. I hate remembering the dates.
Just because we don't know about Kyrgyzstan more over that, so we want to know, just only to know Kyrgyzstan like that, in very far from Nepal. So just I wanted to know a little more only. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dan. Next, let me invite Sana Durrani. So she is a visual artist and a freelance art conservationist from Pakistan. Sana, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon to everyone. And hello, Miss. Sorry, I was just
Altynai.
Hello, Miss Altynai, and it was wonderful to see your presentation. In fact, I really like the use of the paintings over there, because the content was so rich. And I also wanted to see more, as Mr. Javed said, that we would love to see more of such paintings which are displayed or in your collection. So I don't have any such question, but I'm really looking forward for any such collaboration to be done with other museums or with other artists. So if there are such exhibitions or anything in a collaboration, I would love to be a part of it.
Thank you very much.
So thank you so much.
Thanks for your
Thank you.
interest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sana. Next,
you.
let me invite Atia. Well, she joined us a little bit late, so maybe she don't know much about the context. So Altynai here, she is from the National Museum of Fine Arts from Kyrgyzstan. And we were actually going through the webpage of the museum and discussing about the arts and all. So if you have anything you would like to ask, please, you are welcome. Yes, Atia.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, I just don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry, but I hope you're doing well. And I'm a bit late, so I don't know much about what have you people talked, but okay. So you are an artist?
No. She is.
No, I'm a museum worker.
Okay. So what is your work description? I mean, what you do?
I work with the visitors at the museum. My department organizes tours around the museum, but it's our work is not limited to that. We also get to apply our creativity and do all kinds of projects like workshops, art workshops. Like I lead workshops on embroidery, for example, occasionally, because I enjoy decorative and applied arts more than painting. So we do all kinds of fun things here on the weekends. So it's working with the visitors, playing the old movies, just watching art and enjoying work. So it's I love my job. I love my job. That's why I'm here on a Sunday.
The workshops you conduct are only for the local people, or you do you collaborate with other countries or other museums as well?
It's kind of hard to do online workshops, especially for if it's maybe for felting, because felt is also the beloved material of the Kyrgyz. So felting workshops probably can be done online. If you go on YouTube and search for the word saima, which is embroidery, you can find online classes for hook embroidery, the traditional Kyrgyz hook embroidery, and all those ladies over here that I have pictures of. So we do classes that teach people how to make Kyrgyz traditional clothes for themselves. That's Kyrgyz traditional clothing is
so heavy.
It's 20 minutes.
Is that so?
20 meters. It's 20 meters of white fabric. Wow. That's a headdress for married women. And when you're a nomad and you're constantly on the move, that headdress, since it's worn by married women, so it can be used as swaddle clothes for a newborn, for example. It can also be used to dress the wounds. It can be used also, there is a theory that it would be used
single people like me can't wear this
also.
So sad.
She's saying single people can't wear. She's asking, single people can't wear the headdress.
Yeah, it's well, traditional clothing is one of those codes and hints where even from a distance you can already know how to address a person, and without asking, awkward questions. So you already know how, whether a woman is married or single, what region she comes from, so that you can also tell from her clothing, the embroidery, the jewelry, what tribe she
So,
comes from.
are there any traditional clothes for single girls as well?
Yeah, single girls traditionally wear 40 braids and small fur hats.
So they braid their hair?
Yeah, they braid. It's traditionally Kyrgyz women always braid their hair. They wear it loose only when they are widowed. So 40 braids when you're unmarried, 2 braids when you get married. It's like one for your husband, one for yourself. And then when you become a widow, you wear your hair loose for 40 days, and then you just have 1 braid. So from afar, you can tell the social status of a woman right away.
Okay.
It's quite similar to Kailash Valley in Pakistan. I have seen those women in Kailash Valley in Pakistan. They also do several braids and they wear something like that on their forehead, like you are mentioning, similar to that.
Yeah, it's convenient, isn't it? It's you can tell a lot, and you can approach a person respectfully based on their status. So it's ingenious.
Like an ID.
So is there no respect for single girls? This is
Why no respect? Like
Too bad.
You mean the headdress?
They just have identity.
Well, you can have 40 braids.
Young girls get their share of fun too. It's all the jewelry, like all the best, choicest meal pieces, etc. So traditionally, woman plays an important role in a household. It is only in recent years when we have a lot of traditions that are being revived, but they're revived in this perverted way, like the bride kidnapping, etc. It's now many think that you can, like, you like a girl, you can just like grab her and go, which is like not traditional at all. Traditionally, it's the boy and girl who agree to elope together because maybe the boy is not of the same social status with the girl or something, but it's the girls, it's based on the girl's agreement. It's never like you see a girl and you take her and you run off with her. That's perverted tradition. So the Kyrgyz traditionally respect their women.
Thank you very much. Sounds great.
All right. Thank you very much, Atya.
Thank you for a good question, Atya.
My pleasure.
Next, I would like to invite Javed sir. So let us not keep, our speaker for a longer time now.
I already taken my quota, you see, in between different things. But definitely, I would like to thank Altynai. So it is hard, but we will learn how to spell your name, you see. But
so actually, it's a beautiful word.
So we will. We have a great coordination with her.
What does it mean, by the way?
Hello.
My name means golden moon.
Yes,
in translation from Kyrgyz, it means golden moon.
Okay.
So thank you.
Nice name.
Thank you very much indeed, because we have a coordination, long coordination, and we definitely in group 7 you will also come up and speak some presentation, and I would be happy to give you more opportunities in group 8 too. So your representation is always very interesting and very meaningful. You see, so one learn it really and share a lot of things with you. So this is it, and we would again like you to come into this program. You see, this informal talk show, because still we have not been informal, because you have shown us the painting and we were asking about painting and all these things. So we have not had informal talk today. So we would like to have a next meeting with you and see more paintings from your museum and talk a little bit more freely and with freedom. So we will keep Sunday because most of girls have a time out from offices to attend on Sunday. You see this. So it's wonderful always, and thank you very much. And convey my thanks to Gulbara also. And but that doesn't mean that you have here and she will think or imagine that yeah, or assume that okay, Altynai has been there and now she don't need to say something. But this you see, her museum is very interesting. Is also is a history museum, so there's a different.
Yes,
thing.
it's a very interesting museum, and
yeah,
it's
very interesting.
recently
So we would
opened.
like
That's
to,
why she's.
We would like to learn from her, and we would like you to be moderator on that day. So so that it should be what was promised, it should be done. You see. So it's
I'll be sure to relay the message.
Yeah. So not only the message, but also ask her to give a new date, you see, so that we and make it, you see, make it confirm that she will be there on that day. So we also we have passed from this life, you see, this museum director. I was retired Director General, Pakistan Museum of Natural History. So I also went through these kind of things, that ministry is calling, head office is calling, and they will have a meeting, and they don't leave you spare on Sunday. It's a holiday, but they call it, okay, you come down, it's an emergency meeting. So minister wants to know these things about your museum and this and that. And then we went over there and they said, okay, sit down here. Minister is not free. When he will get free, he will meet you. So I'm sitting for hours and hours. And then minister got free and I just entered and he said, I want some presentation from you. I said, okay, sir, thank you. And thank you. Then I get out. So it's hardly a 1 second or 1 minute meeting. And I have been kept waiting for 3 or 4 hours in advance. So this is always in our third world. It was the third world countries. We are used to it. So I can understand that ministry has called her an emergency and she has to attend that, because it's a ministry and minister. So how can you refuse them? So it's but definitely you help us and get a new date from her, and then we would love to see you too here in this program. Okay. Thank you very much indeed that
I'll
you
do
have
what I can.
Given us.
Thank you for your understanding.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want
With your permission, I'll run.
Okay.
Okay.
Before you go, let me ask Shivani if she has anything for you. Shivani, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. If you have anything to share, please.
Firstly, though, I would like to share some information about Kazakhstan. The first Kyrgyzstan. The first dating of the history of 8040 AD, also known as the Kyrgyz
Kyrgyz Khanate.
Yes. And the first oldest city of is Osh, dating 3,000 years back.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, Osh is a lot older than Bishkek.
Oh.
And it's it's only for a small part of its history have the Kyrgyz lived there. So it was occupied by a number of different ethnic groups historically. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a beautiful city. I've been there only twice in my life.
Yes. And the Kyrgyz peoples are look so beautiful.
Thank you.
This Lake Isikul is very nice.
Yes.
This is you should be proud.
Please come anytime, especially in the summer, and I'll take trip to Lake Isikul.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Great offer.
It was nice to meet all of you.
Let's make a trip, you see, together. And,
yeah, all the single
see the
women, please. 40 braids. And the married ones too.
And buy the Kyrgyz hat. This is the beautiful and very good felt.
Thank you very much, Altynai, for your time. And also congratulations.
For having me.
Okay, congratulations for being the head of the visitors department.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
So our attendees, please be here for a while. We have a short announcement for you.
Okay.
So, on the ICOM Azerbaijan and ICOM Family Forum, actually we are inviting you for the IVCOM Group 6 Session 3 Day 2 conference on Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022. So we would like to see you for the session, hopefully. And yes, so that was the announcement, for our upcoming program. And similarly, the session is being recorded and the link will be, attached in our group messenger. So please, if anybody has missed it, you can go through the recorded video. Yes, Javed sir, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, I think if there is any one wants to ask something or say something, you're most welcome.
Right.
Hello.
Anybody has any question?
I have no question right now.
Hello.
Thank you very much. But if you like to share anything, yes, you are open and welcome. If you would like to share any information or anything.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
So we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So if there is anything anyone want to ask or tell us some news and all these things, you are welcome. Otherwise, we will say goodbye to each other and see you on 23rd.
Well, the moment of silence.
Shivani, आज poetry रह गई, तुम्हारी poem रह गई आज.
But she gives such important information.
That's great.
Okay, एक शेर आपकी नजर करके सुनाती हूँ आज.
हाँ, माशाल्लाह.
The guest already left and you
क्या
are
बात है, क्या बात है.
sending poetry now.
जरा वो करें.
साकी ये खिस्सत.
हाँ.
साकी ये खिस्सत आज है कैसी शराब में.
हाँ, वाह.
साकी ये कैसी खिस्सत है आज शराब में. क्यों जान तूने डाली है मेरी अजाब में.
मैंने डाली है और मैं तो इतने 100 मीलों दूर बैठा हूँ. वो किधर है तुम्हारा वो आदित्य, उसने डाली हुई है.
नेक्स्ट शेर है, अगला शेर है. साकी जो तुमको नाज अगर मैं कदे पे है. हमको भी है एतिकाद है कौसरे आब में.
Wow, that's great, beautiful.
मैं खार मैं कदे में कुछ ऐसे भी आते हैं. मैं खार मैं कदे में कुछ ऐसे भी आते हैं. साकी से कह के चल दिए लिख ले हिसाब में.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow,
Javed sir, this
that's
is
great.
not
That's
fair.
great. Yeah.
This is not fair. We
Yeah.
don't understand anything.
Where is Aditya? Where is Aditya? He said, I will be there. I'll say, wow.
I was always here.
And
Okay,
you said you
Aditya,
will
please
be
translate for
there.
us.
You said I will be free, I will be there, and you are, you see, but almost you have put a duty of Shivani to just sit on front of a screen. Okay, so what's happened? What's really you are very busy or what's?
No, I was here. Like I just wanted like this one lappy because my lappy makes that coin sound. So that's the
Yeah.
reason. We share and care through one lappy.
Okay.
I've heard
Okay.
the entire presentation. Altynai she was really beautiful, and her presentation was equally good. And like I heard everything what she said and what the attendees said, the question and answer, everything. I was here.
Yeah. I have seen from last 2 or 3 weeks that you are avoiding girls, you see. Why?
I don't know, no.
Shivani said
Like, how
something to
can I
you
do
or what?
that? No, how can I do that? I cannot miss the opportunity.
Yes, sir. अगर ऐसा हो रहा तो मैं तो आज आके प्रसाद बांटूंगी.
तो मुझे उसकी तारीफ कर रहे हैं जब वो चली गई उसके सामने करते भाई
नहीं सर, अगर आपको ये लग रहा है कि ये अवॉइड कर रहे हैं गर्ल्स को, तो मैंने कहा ये मेरे लिए खुशी की बात है, मुझे प्रसाद बांटना चाहिए.
That's great. So Sada is here today. So how are you, Sada?
Ji sir, I'm fine. Good, alhamdulillah. All well. I was
That's
also
great.
enjoying the
That's
presentation.
And how are,
Although I joined late, little late, 20 minutes late. Lekin phir bhi, the content was so powerful and rich, and that's why I told her, और इस तरह के काम paintings देखना चाहूंगी मैं भी. आपके ने जैसे कहा उनकी web page पे है. But if we can have the link of their website, so I will try to find. Yeah, do you have it, Meena?
I will share it to you right now.
Yeah, Meena must be having.
All right.
Yeah.
Great,
So,
great.
yeah, so you can get the link also. And did you come into the program? Sana?
Which one? Ji, which one?
This one, the talk show?
Sir, I was here today. Yeah. But
as
which program?
As a special guest or speaker?
No.
Have you been?
No, nothing
Okay.
like that. In fact, in last session, I told you that I can also participate and show my work to everyone. So maybe in this informal session. So it's fine for me, whenever it's convenient.
Yeah, I think to coordinate with Meena, and then we must have some session with you, Lucy. So
Zarur.
You say, but we want that you do each and everything what we are doing, and so you take part. You have already moderated a beautiful program of Reena Devan. She is also very excellent speaker, and
yes,
also
she was brilliant.
Yeah, very nice. So that was beautiful. So it's a sort of
thank you.
You see, it's sort of learning for us that how you people deal with the guests and how you put the questions and how you do that. We learn also. So there's like me, there will be many who can learn how you moderate and how you do the thing. So it's so similarly, I wanted to learn from Isabella. She is from Portugal. So I want to learn many things from her on this program, and I would love that Meena may contact her and take a appointment from her, so that we can listen her and she appreciate his sharing of knowledge. So similarly, Meena, you get a date from Sana too. you see.
Sure.
So that we can listen her to also. So this is not necessarily that I have the knowledge of each and everything, you see. So no. But this is definitely somewhere I lack in some field, and I wish and I want to learn from you people too. So that's.
I would
That's
love
it.
to share my experiences, my journey, everything, because I think it will be very much beneficial for the students or for the emerging artists to also plan
You
or
see, it's
make such
always
strategies
inspiring.
before
Yeah,
time.
it's always inspiring because the people in even people in living in isolation, they can you see inspired from your session, you see. So this is good. Please do join us.
Sir, you remember actually, I was thinking earlier, आपने कहा था ना कि you should also speak about that. जो मैंने आपसे, I shared the documents with you about my grandfather being in army. But that's why I was little confused that whether to show that presentation first or to introduce myself first. That's why I said in the last session that it's better that if I present myself and my work and my journey, and then we can move on to discuss his journey and his achievements and everything. So whenever is I think this month or next month, whenever is convenient for you both, I will plan and I will prepare.
Oh, thank you very much. Meena?
Thank you, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
Note it, please.
Sure,
Meena?
sure.
So you are so nice, Meena. Everything put on your head. So you see, even Aditya thinks that how much burden I am giving to Meena on these programs and other programs, you see, to wherever, but that heads up to you, salute to you, wherever you needed, you reached over there, and thank you very much indeed, of course.
No
so
worries,
we definitely, you must be in contact with Isabella. Isabella, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Isabella, I can't see you.
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's great. So give a date, please. Okay, give a
It's
date
okay,
from
sir.
your before your group 7 lecture. You see, so I would like to learn from you a little bit before your formal lecture. Okay, Isabella.
Yes, I'm not listening very well.
Okay.
It is okay, Javed sir. I will contact Dr. Isabel for the date. Yeah, and actually, I would like to, maybe like inform or like, invite all the, ICOM members, whoever wants to, wish to, share their ideas, their work with us. I think we should invite all of them. Of course, we will take dates. But yeah. Javed sir, you can't hear us?
Yes, can you repeat, please?
Oh, I mean that, I wanted to invite all the ICOM members that if anybody would love to or like to share their work or, their ideas with us in the informal talk show, then we would welcome them,
Thank you, Meena.
Yeah, everyone.
Thank you.
Anytime. You see, anytime, because
not anytime, sir. Only during daytime.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. We will be exchanging our views as well. We will be knowing each other more about this family forum and the people, because we do know each other. Like we are here and we are discussing, talking about. We will know more about their art practices and work and their experiences.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there should be one session with Meena too. It's you see, but the first session was the very first one with Meena. I think it's.
I already shared. So
yes,
I'm off.
yes.
I'm off now. Already very old.
So then we will ask her about her dog to see that we listen.
Oh, one is already here. If you want to see, Nikki.
Yeah. You can call her. Okay.
No,
What is
Nikki
his
is here.
name?
And
What is his name?
one is Nikki. She is here. Yeah. That's her. That's Nikki. She's the
Oh my
oldest
God!
one.
It's a
Oh, wow.
Russian.
No, it's a
It's a Russian.
She is actually a mixed breed. She's a
Mixed breed. Yeah.
yeah. So we have another one which Lumi. She is a bigger one. She's upstairs.
Okay. So that's great. So we will learn about him in your talk show, I think. So that who would you like to be a moderator for your talk show?
So right now we have Dr. Isabel as well as we have Sana, who are waiting in list. Once all the lists are done, yes, I can choose, some of them.
Yeah,
And one
Dr.
of the
Khan
open
is
things.
also there. You see. Daksa, how are you?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
how
sir.
is life? How is
Yeah,
life?
going on well, sir. Not bad.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So what we do, we can make a moderator, you see, but we will ask, we will, or what we can write in on a chits, the name of Sana and other moderators. So we just pick a one chit and see who could be, who can be a winner for that your talk show moderator. So anything can be happen. But I believe that you have done so much for everyone, so everyone would like to take that role. You see, so maybe if I am not wrong, that. I would ask Isabella to be a moderator for you.
It is okay, Jam. It's a later days. We can discuss about it.
Where is she left, I think.
She is here, but she was saying that her speaker and mic has
Yeah,
certain problem.
yeah. She, actually, what that a person who moderates you should be highly knowledgeable, because you must not skip by saying here and there and all these things. So I believe that I'm impressed with the knowledge of Isabella. So she could be a moderator, but definitely first we will have her program, you see.
Yes.
So her program, and then later on we will ask her to be your moderator, or otherwise
Javed
your
sir,
choice.
we
Your
have
choice,
Buma
you see.
ma'am, whose date hasn't been fixed yet.
Yes.
I said your choice. If you like.
No. I
Buma
mean,
ma'am, that's fine.
Buma
Okay.
ma'am for the informal talk. We haven't
Yes,
fixed
yes,
the
sir.
rescheduled the date yet.
Buma, you see, Buma is not. Buma is not giving us a lift little bit, you see.
Buma ma'am, we are missing your date. You need to
There are
reschedule
two
a date.
people. Yeah, it's not only Buma. There are 3 and 4 people. I haven't taken their name yet.
Alright.
You see, there is a Goli Sabai from Iran. There is say Karina from Finland, and there's Amanad from Italy, and so they are all in our waiting list. You see, I have in contact with them, but as like Buma, they also avoid coming on a screen. So, but Buma no, so Buma is with us from quite a long time. So she must be invited. I think. She must be invited. What do you say, Buma?
I think this April will be this conference with the applicants, yes. I think probably better before that, yes, in March.
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah.
I will give the 1 day in March, okay?
Sure,
March,
sure, ma'am.
I think.
We can talk about this.
Okay.
Correct. Whenever you are free. Sure.
Well, soon will be warm time in Mongolia. Maybe we will go to the countryside most of time, maybe. Now cold before we in city. Very cold